Hey guys, we're gonna do a little update here while I have some time. First and foremost, Merry Christmas to everybody. I haven't posted in a while, so there has been a lot of changes and updates and new parts and a whole bunch of money being spent. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, as you can see in front of you, brand new CD009 from Nissan. A friend of mine has a account with them and was able to get me a good price on a brand new one. And I decided to go that route because the car dash part transmissions were all pushing 13, 14, $1,500 for a used junkyard transmission that, let's be honest, nobody really knows the condition of them other than the mileage on the odometer if they're lucky enough to grab it before they pulled it. So I got this for $200 more than basically what a used unknown tranny was going for. So that's cool. As you can see, Diesel Pump UK billet adapter plate, just kind of mocked on there for now. Clutch and everything is in this box here. Yeah, so with this, basically at this point, I feel like I will more than likely have to buy a shifter. Obviously, the shifter on that situation goes way farther back than what I think I'm going to need. There's a couple different companies that make shifters for these, and we'll have to kind of go off of that once I kind of get the trans and stuff in the car. As always, the motors over here have the oil pan off, doing some modifications with that. We'll talk about that in a minute. My friend Dan gave me these rubber plugs, which it worked out perfectly for the intake ports on the cylinder head. So once I get the oil pan buttoned up, that's going to go back on with a new gasket. And then I'm going to power wash the piss out of it to get all the dinosaurs and stuff off of it. I just kind of have a scuzzy bag over it right now, just because there's no oil pan on it. What else? What else we got going on? You can see there's no car in here. I have it parked over at a friend of mine's garage that he rents. So it gives me a little bit more room to work on. You can see here's the oil pan. So I chopped a section out of the oil pan to clear my subframe or my engine mount. And it's old oily aluminum, which I hear is miserable to weld. And I did my best. Got a little bit of like 1/8 inch flat stock, trimmed it, made a template out of cardboard, cut it out, fit it, and welded it as best as I could. So far, I have diesel in here, and I'm going to let it sit probably overnight just to make sure that it doesn't weep anywhere. In the morning, I'll probably get like a paper towel and just go around it and blot it and see if it transfers onto the paper towel. So yeah, that's basically the oil pan situation for this build. You can see the chunk or the notch taken out of it. What else? This I got off of Facebook Marketplace for free. It is a beast of a machine. The guy said it turns on, powers on, which it does. Squeeze the trigger, it feeds. But he said that when you go to strike an arc, you get a little bit of a spark, and then that's it. So I just actually plugged it in tonight for the first time and did confirm that it powers up and confirm that it feeds wire. So that's basically as far as I got. But yeah, if I can get that thing running, that would be great. I can either keep it as a backup machine or flip it because it's a beast. I do have a smaller Miller 212 over there, which has been a good machine for me and for what I do. Man, the garage is just a straight disaster. But anyways, what else? I got a whole bunch of parts for my wife's S10 for Christmas. So the whole front end ball joints, tie rods, shocks, adjusting sleeves, um, idler arm, all that fun stuff. So once the weather gets nicer, which probably won't be for a few months, we'll tackle that. That thing needs some attention in the front end. So that's that. It's like $500 worth of stuff, but you know it needs it. She likes the truck and she drives the kid around in it, so I will do my best to keep her happy with it. What else do we got going on here? There's the pile of Mercedes stuff that I'd like to try to find somewhere to like put in a parts washer or something for like a week and just de-scuzz them. But that's really not overly critical at the moment. Got a whole bunch of parts here for the Mercedes: intake manifold gasket, oil pan gasket, new glow plugs, front main, rear main. I actually picked this up because apparently this is a thing. So this is a glow plug reaming tool. I noticed one of the glow plug holes, the hardest one to remove, had some carbon into it. So what this is, basically goes on a ratchet and you thread it in, and those carbide flutes there scrape out all the carbon that causes them to stick. So I picked that up to try to make it a little bit easier on myself. Yeah, you guys I think saw the pump already. My whole work area is just straight cocked. I just don't have the time I used to have anymore. I mean, I probably could come out later at night, but by the time I get home from work, I'm just not in the mood to come out here, especially in the wintertime. What else? So, I just briefly talked about welding that cast aluminum oil pan, and I have to say that this machine has been great. I am in no way, shape, or form a professional welder, but I gotta be honest with you, welding that oil pan, especially with the clean aluminum, with those sheets I trimmed down, actually went pretty decently. Yeah, I mean, I played with some settings, got some tips from some of my local people, and yeah, I mean, it's worked pretty decently. This machine, I can't really complain. I will say this helps out a tremendous amount. A good shield that you can actually see and not get flashed with while you're trying to weld something. I did pick this thing up originally when I had my first TIG, and it got like all like melted or something, and it just started randomly like unauto darkening when I would be in the middle of a weld, and then I would get flashed, and it was just kind of miserable. So I ended up spending another large chunk of money on a welding shield, but let's be honest, I'd like to try to keep my eyes decent. My hearing is already gone, so my sight's the next thing. Let's see. I don't really think I have a whole bunch left to talk about, honestly. This is the stock drive shaft from the Mercedes. I would like to see if that's going to work. Probably won't, but I kept it just in case. Battery from the LS240. Pulled that out. I'll get that on the charger. I don't really have good luck with batteries, so like when I park the thing, I usually disconnect the battery and bring it home and try to be nice to it. Engine mounts there for the 606. What else? So oil cooler lines there. I'm going to take the in and out fittings, cut them, and TIG some JICs onto there and do it that way. What else? I think that's pretty much it. That's really all that I have going on right now, other than, like I said, tomorrow they're coming to put my stove in. We have oil heat since we moved into this place in 07, and it's just slowly been getting worse and worse and worse as far as pricing, and I've just kind of had enough of it. I decided to go with a pellet stove, try to offset that cost. Basically, it's a winter-summer hookup. I'll basically shut the boiler off for heat, and the only thing the boiler will do at this point is heat my hot water as I need it. So hopefully that will help a little bit. Basically, if we keep the house between 68 and 70 degrees, it was costing us about $500 a month in heating oil. And that's just like kind of absurd. We don't keep the house super warm, but trying to maintain in the dead of winter is difficult. Yeah. I don't really think I have anything else to talk about, other than the terrible condition of my garage at this point. But I gotta get the engine, the 606, buttoned up so I can drop it in. But I want to do the front seal, the rear seal, obviously the oil pan gasket. I want to pressure wash the thing first and foremost, but yeah, I just kind of would like to try to take care of some maintenance stuff while I have it out, just because it's got over 200K on it, so there's probably some things that wouldn't hurt to do while I have it out. But yeah, this is pretty much my situation at the moment. I will update you guys as things happen. Yeah. Well, have a great night, everybody, and talk to you soon. Hopefully have the car in here shortly. Maybe have the motor in it, depending on what I get done. And that's when the fun will start. So looking forward to that. Keep an eye out for new videos. Talk to you soon.